Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be making those blueberry oven donuts, except I'm going to be making them in the air fryer and trying it out with these new little silicone mats, pans if you will. And prayerfully they don't melt or anything, because if so you'll never see this. But anyway, my mom wanted the recipe for this, and I told her I'd make her a video, even though she said no, but I know you really want one, Mother. So here it is, and they're very simple. All it is a 1 cup of flour, 1/3 cup of sugar, 3/4 tablespoon of baking soda, 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder each, and then 1/2 cup of vanilla yogurt, 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 cup of blueberries. So let's get started, and I need to get the 10x sugar, the confectioner sugar, instead of the granulated sugar. Alright, so 1/3 cup of the powdered sugar, and you can keep this out to dust the donuts for a little topping if you'd like, which is what I did. Just sprinkle a little over, and then 1 egg. Let me move this down so you can see a little better. There you go. And if you want to be fancy, you can sift the sugar so that it's not clumpy, but we rarely do fancy in this house. I'm fancy enough, okay? Alright, now 1/2 cup of the vanilla yogurt. Oops, let me just go ahead and do this part, because it says mix separately. You know what, we're doing it my way. 1/3 cup of vanilla yogurt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, alright, mix that a little bit, and then we'll do the cup of flour. It does not call for salt, but I always put a little bit of salt in everything. Most everything. So 3/4 of a teaspoon of the baking soda and baking powder. And stir that up. And your cup of blueberries. I'll just use the spoon to stir these in so they don't all break apart. And that's it. And put them in your little donut pan. And you're going to bake these 375 for 12 to 15 minutes. However, the first batch I did before, I did at 350 because I already had my pineapple cake in there. And they still turned out great. So I might just do it at 350, especially since it's the air fryer. So let me get these filled up and I'll bring it back. And just a little taste of the batter for the chef, you know. Very good. So there's the donuts. Let's go over to the air fryer. Look away if you get dizzy. And like I said, I'm gonna try 350. So 350 for 10 minutes. Yeah, and let's see how that does in the air fryer. Well guys, I had a feeling this pan might have been a little small. They're quite poofy. I should have probably split this up into 2 small pans because I do have another one. I got these at the thrift shop for 99 cents, y'all. So $2 for these things. But anyway, they're, you know, because of the air fryer, they are a little bit crisper on the top than like if you put them in the oven, because the last time I baked them in the oven. So it's up to you what you want to do. And I'm gonna let these cool off for just a few minutes, and then I'm gonna turn them out on a plate and dust them with a little powdered sugar and try them out. They seem like they're done all the way through, which, you know, donuts sometimes can be a little poofy too, so we shall see. But you know, in this heat, 99 degrees, I am not heating up that oven. So I had my hair back. It was too hot out there. Came in from the garden, and yeah, air fryer we'll try. So guys, I decided to put them back in for a few more minutes at 370 because when I pulled the middle ones out, they were still a little battery. So we'll try it for a few more minutes, 4 minutes at 370, and see how that goes. Hopefully the tops don't get too brown. So second time's a charm, hopefully. We'll see in a few minutes while they cool. I switched around the middle ones to the ends, so. Okay, let me try this one more time. Oh, it's still a little bit goopy. So, I gotta put it back in again. I guess I'll do another 5 minutes. Or maybe 360 this time. So yeah, I would definitely recommend the oven, but if you're like me and don't want to heat up the kitchen, this will do. There's still some of them, even though I switched them around, are a little bit like that one. It's still a little bit goopy, but you know, it's not gonna kill anybody. So there's that. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some powdered sugar over them a little bit. If you have a little like sifter or a sieve, you can use that and just sift it over it, because then it'll come out prettier, but it's all going in the same place like my grandma used to say. So let me try one. So they're definitely better in the oven. This has a little bit of crunch to it, which gives it a little bit of texture and a different taste, which I kind of like. But, you know, the all-in-all flavor tastes better in the oven to me. But these will do for a quick treat when you don't feel like heating up the oven. So I have the recipe in the description box. I hope everyone is staying cool. It's 100 here, but next week it's supposed to get up to 107. Let's go fall. God bless y'all. Take care. Love ya. See you later. Bye.